Broadcom 2V0-17.25 exam updated questions with explanations are available in the video for you to study. Before configuring provider networking in VMware Cloud Foundation, VCF, automation, which prerequisite task must an administrator complete? A. Create a TIER0, T0, gateway in the organization. B. Create a TIER0, T0, gateway in NSX Manager. C. Create a vSphere distributed switch, VDS, in provider management. D. Create a vSphere distributed switch, VDS, in vCenter. The answer is B. Before setting up provider networking in VCF automation, the administrator must first configure a T0 gateway in NSX Manager. This gateway provides external connectivity and routing between the provider infrastructure and tenant networks. Without the T0 gateway, VCF automation cannot establish the necessary network segments or manage provider networking functions. An administrator needs to display the average health status of all virtual machines, VMs, across multiple clusters within the same VMware Cloud Foundation, VCF, instance. All clusters are connected to a single VCF operations, vRealize operations, instance. Which configuration should the administrator create to meet this requirement? A. A dashboard. B. A supermetric. C. A symptom. D. An alert. The answer is B. A supermetric in VCF operations, vRealize operations, allows administrators to calculate custom metrics derived from existing performance data across multiple objects, such as the average health score of all VMs across clusters. Once created, this supermetric can be visualized through dashboards or reports to monitor overall VM health trends. An administrator needs to provide audit information from VMware Cloud Foundation, VCF, including user logins and configuration changes, through VCF operations, vRealize operations. Which configuration must be implemented to collect and display this information? A. Configure audit logs for every VCF instance. B. Integrate VCF operations with logs. C. Enable audit events. D. Enable event logs in every vCenter server. The answer is B. To obtain audit-level details such as user logins, configuration changes, and system activities, VCF operations, vRealize operations, must be integrated with VCF logs, vRealize Log Insight. This integration enables centralized collection, analysis, and correlation of operational and audit events across all VCF components. Audit information is not generated by operations alone. It relies on log integration for visibility. After deploying a VMware Cloud Foundation, VCF, environment, an administrator needs to monitor the overall health of the infrastructure using VCF Health within VCF Operations, vRealize operations. Which three components can be monitored through VCF Health? Choose 3. A. VCF Operations. B. SG hosts. C. vCenter server. D. VCF operations fleet management. EVCF operations for logs. FNSX. The answer is BCF. VCF Health in VCF operations continuously monitors the status and connectivity of critical infrastructure components within a VCF deployment. It provides visibility into the health of SC hosts, ensuring compute layer availability. vCenter Server, which manages the virtual infrastructure. NSX, providing insights into network and security components. These elements are essential to verifying the operational readiness of a VCF environment. An administrator needs to create a custom dashboard in VMware Cloud Foundation, VCF, operations, vRealize operations, for the security team. The team requires the ability to monitor CPU, memory, and disk usage across all virtual machines, VMs, in a workload domain. Export the collected data to a CSV file for reporting purposes. Which custom view type in VCF operations best meets these requirements? A. Object Relationship View, B. Scoreboard View, C. List View, D. Trend View. The answer is C. The list view in VCF operations displays detailed, tabular data for selected objects, such as VMs, and their associated metrics, CPU, memory, disk usage, etc. It also supports exporting data to CSV, making it ideal for reporting and audit requirements. Other view types like scoreboard or trend view focus on visualization rather than exportable data summaries. A security team has notified an administrator that the vCenter server root password has been compromised. As a precaution, the administrator manually changed the root password directly in vCenter. What action must the administrator take to restore VMware Cloud Foundation, VCF, operations ability to manage this vCenter instance? A. Enter the new root password using the reset password function in VCF operations. B. Use the rotate password function in VCF operations. C. Enter the new root password using the update password function in VCF operations. D. Enter the new root password using the remediate password function in VCF operations. The answer is C. When a password is manually changed outside of VMware Cloud Foundation, VCF operations, via SDDC Manager, loses synchronization with the stored credentials. To re-establish management access, the administrator must use the update password function in VCF operations. This updates the stored credentials to match the new vCenter root password, restoring management and automation capabilities. An administrator needs to scale out the VMware Cloud Foundation, VCF, automation node from a small to a medium form factor. The current deployment uses the simple VCF automation model. Which action should the administrator take to achieve the required scale? A. Deploy a separate VCF automation instance in the environment. B. Redeploy the VCF automation node as a single medium form factor using the VCF operations console. C. Scale up the VCF automation node to medium form factor using the VCF operations console. D. Scale out the VCF automation deployment to a high availability model with medium form factor. The answer is B. In a simple VCF automation model, scaling the node to a higher form factor, e.g., small right-pointing arrow medium, cannot be performed dynamically. The correct procedure is to redeploy the VCF automation node at the desired form factor via the VCF operations console. Scaling actions such as scale up or scale out are only supported in high availability (HA) or multi-instance deployment models. In a connected mode VMware Cloud Foundation (VCF) deployment, licenses must be periodically updated to maintain active entitlement. What is the required update interval for VCF licenses in connected mode? A. 90 days. B. 180 days. Circa 365 days. D. 270 days. The answer is B. In connected mode, VMware Cloud Foundation automatically validates license entitlements with the Broadcom, or VMware, license service. To keep entitlements active, VCF must connect and refresh its license status at least once every 180 days. Failure to do so may result in license deactivation or limited functionality until revalidation occurs. An administrator needs to create a new cluster in an existing VMware Cloud Foundation (VCF) instance. The hosts in the cluster have different generations of Intel processors. Which feature must be configured to ensure that VMware Distributed Resource Scheduler (DRS) can automatically migrate virtual machines between these hosts? A. vSphere fault tolerance. B. vSphere availability. C. Host affinity rules. D. Enhanced vMotion compatibility. The answer is D. When a cluster contains hosts with different CPU generations, vMotion may fail because of mismatched CPU instruction sets. Enhanced vMotion compatibility (EVC) ensures CPU compatibility by exposing a common baseline feature set across all hosts in the cluster. This allows DRS to seamlessly migrate VMs between hosts regardless of CPU model differences, maintaining workload balance and performance. An administrator needs to create a new VLAN-backed segment in a VMware Cloud Foundation (VCF) environment to provide network connectivity for a group of virtual machines (VMs). Which two actions are required when creating a VLAN-backed segment in NSX networking? Choose two. A. Define the default gateway IP address. B. Specify VLAN ID. C. Bind to segment profiles. D. Connect segment to Tier 1 gateway. E. Specify VLAN transport zone. The answer is B. C. When creating a VLAN-backed segment in NSX, the VLAN ID must be specified to map the segment to the correct physical network. The segment must be bound to a segment profile, which defines transport and connectivity properties. Other steps, such as connecting the segment to a Tier 1 gateway or defining gateway IPs, are done after the segment is created for routing or VM network configuration.